Hello, and welcome to this week's edition of the show with me, Mr. Leonard. What's he doing there? Anyway, we'll find out soon, I'm sure. He must have a grand plan. He never moves. I mean, we're going to get him dressed and stuff like that. Anyway, Vic, where are you? Vic, get here. Excellent stuff, Vic. Right, why is this chair like this? That's why this chair is here. We have a special guest. Yes.
Hi.
It's Miss Liddell, come to do the show. And this is a new thing that we're going to have going on. We're going to have lots of new guests on the show. Oh, he's so happy. He's a get away, you naughty boy. Right, let's crack on. Anyway, so welcome, Miss Liddell. Welcome to the show. Hello. Good to have you here. Really, really nice. So, quick few messages before we get started. A few of the bits of serious stuff that we always do first, boring bits and all that kind of thing. Headphones. Bring in your headphones if you have a pair. Bring them in. Don't have to be fancy ones, just little poppy-in-ear ones, cheap ones, so if they get damaged or lost or he eats them, it's not a problem. It makes a massive difference to your lessons, okay? And finally, extracurricular stuff has started. Yay! Which is fab, and there will be other extracurricular activities. It's because we've got a guest, it's so exciting. Anyway, right, so no further ado, we have got loads of staff shout-outs, so we're going to start off with those. I will start off, and then I will pass over. Mr. Prudhoe, sort your life out and email me. Ridiculous. Anyway, Mr. Prudhoe wanted to say a massive shout out to 5BC and WT who have been awesome in our games lesson playing hockey. They've been absolutely superb. And we got started. See, he put an earworm in my head. Mr. Prudhoe, this is for you. The Little Mermaid under the sea. Anyway, over to you, Miss Liddell.
I've got one for BC, 5BC, off Mr. Salter, who has nominated this class for working really well and being very mature during PSHE last week.
Awesome stuff. I've got one here from Mrs. Jobling. Yeah, here we go. What does Mrs. Jobling teach? Art. Finish it off.
I thought it was science.
No, Mrs. Jobling. Art with a silent F. Anyway, moving on with this one. Shout out to all year 7 and 8 classes who have this week completed their Friday afternoon enterprise projects. Yes, they are going superb. A big thank you to Miss Leonard, hey, me, Mrs. Walker, Miss Nia, Miss Williams, Mr. Salter, Mrs. Salter, Miss Howitt, Mrs. Tompkins, Mrs. Wilson Drama Brackets, and Mrs. Foster for all of their support. We have all been blown away with the ideas that the pupils have come up with and on how to solve our city's future energy problems, how hard they've worked researching, modelling, designing and innovative solutions. And it's going to finish off fabulously with a Dragon's Den type activity, so well done.
Exciting. Miss Tompkins has put a shout out for 8GB for being genuinely lovely.
I've got one here from Miss Usher saying 5ND, you are made an amazing effort with your 600-metre run, and also to her small English class for fantastic effort, enthusiasm with their performances and reading work. Thank you, she says.
Lovely. Here's another one for 5BC off Mr. McMillan, as they've shown great enthusiasm and attitude to learning in English. They've worked their socks off in producing some fabulous non-chronological reports. Some pupils have even been able to share them in the class, in class, in the voice of David Attenborough. Ooh. Class of the week.
Goes like David Attenborough. Okay, I've got one here from Mr. Veach. Shout out to 5 Shine for their work on the Highwayman. Amazing enthusiasm. They're also desperate to be COTW. Class of the week. Get you, Mr. Veach. Anyway, but they seem to think their odds are stacked against them, as they don't have many teachers other than me. Nevertheless, please consider them. Might just do that. Might just do that.
Mrs. Salter would like to shout out her Tech Group 2 of 7BA and 7AW for fantastic effort and understanding throughout the lesson. Well done.
Outstanding, absolutely amazing. This one is from Mrs. Bradley. She says, please can you give 6BZ a big shout out for their amazing ukulele playing in music. Ukulele. I love walking past when you guys are doing ukulele and drums and stuff like that.
Might have to see a performance of that.
Absolutely right. I think that needs to happen.
I would like to shout out 5WT for being awesome and completing exceptional work on GC. You should see the things that they've been doing. And the end, it is Friday again. It's Sunday. Woo! Friday again.
We love a bit of Friday song. Marvellous, even Vic does. Okay, last one here. This one is from Mrs. Wilson. That is Science, Mrs. Wilson. And she says, 70L Maths Group, who I'd like to rename 7th term after their outstanding grasp of the topic. You know, I taught maths when I first started at this school. I covered Mrs. Good, and I could never get the nth term. So, Mrs. Wilson, you're going to have to explain it to me. That is the staff shout-outs.
Woo!
Okay, shall we do birthdays next?
Yeah.
Should we do birthdays?
Let's do birthdays.
Birthday song, Vic? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you and you and you and you and you and you. Right then, we've got a few birthdays today, Friday. Jayi, I got your name right. Happy birthday for today, Jayi in 6WS. Go home, eat lots of cake and go mad running around the house, because we know that's what to do. Tomorrow, Saturday, we've got Hugh in 7BA and Ava in 5BC. Have a fab Saturday birthday. Nobody on Sunday. Nobody on Monday. But on Tuesday, we have Clarice in 8JH. We've got Ethan in 70L, Lexi in 5BC, and Jonathan in 5ND. Have a fabulous birthday on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we have Ben in 6BZ. We've got Finley H. Notice I remember the H, Finley. In 8NA, we've got Toby in 5PH in my class and Jack in 8NA. Happy birthday for Wednesday. Cakey. And then finally on Thursday, we've got Fidel in 5BC and Shay in 6BS. Have phenomenal birthdays.
Eat lots of cake.
Cakey. We like cakey. Okay, pupil shout-outs then. Now, before I go to pupil shout-outs, Mrs. Wilson, Drama Mrs. Wilson, has made about 5 attempts to try and send me some awesome poetry. She wanted to say that she's looked at loads of poems and she wanted us to read out a few, didn't she?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, email's been a bit of a bum at the moment and it's not working. And I think it's probably because people don't use admin@goscentral.co.uk. Anyway, so I promise you, Mrs. Wilson, and those wonderful bits of poetry, we will get those done next week. Okay? Absolutely fabulous. So, pupil shout-outs. You lot are getting slack on this. We need more shout-outs coming in from you. Yeah, we need more. I've only got 4 here, and one of them's basically the same one twice. Anyway, we aim to please. So, Jack in 8NA, a shout-out to the lads.
Hi, lads.
Hi, lads. Yes, year 8, you can't watch this still. And Mason in 70L. We're going to watch the show. Yeah, you do. So anyway, shout out to the lads. That's Louis, Matty, Jade, and Jake, Kane, and Leo from Jack. There you go, done. You are his G's or something like that.
What's a G?
I don't know. In joke. We like in jokes. Okay. Seb C in 7BA. Hi, Seb. He wanted to give a big shout out to his mates, James, Jack, and Tom. Done. Tick. Now, Louis in 8NA sent me an email, which was basically exactly the same as Jack's. So, Jack's shout out repeated on your behalf. Done. Tick. I don't know if they were G's either. But,
I don't know. Maybe they're Z's.
Absolutely. Now, Mason, you sent me something awesome in. You sent me this like thing that you wanted done as like a riddle, and it was lots of dots and dashes and stuff like that to try and get up on the green screen. I will try my hardest to get that on next week's show. That will be a bit of a fiddle because the trouble is you've got me in the way, you've got Al in the way, you've got Vic in the way. This week you've got the wonderful, the brilliant, the awesome, the superb Miss Liddell in the way, and it's a bit difficult to see. So what we'll try and do next week is we'll try and get it so when this finishes, we'll run a little video clip of your riddle in code because it looked really cool. Like that, Mason. Well done. Amazing. And remind me, I think you were in 5 Shine, I think. Apologies if I'm wrong. Anyway, but brilliant. And on that note, Joshua, you emailed me some more links, and I think you're going to hate me. You're really going to hate me, Joshua. I think I accidentally deleted them. If I have, could you resend them? I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll have a word with you tomorrow, which will be before you watch the show. So you kind of had that. Oh, time, it's a weird thing. Anyway, that is the shout out. So, a few points before we go. Number 1, it has been great having Miss Liddell on. Miss Liddell, have you enjoyed being on the show?
I loved being here.
Get in there. And we would like more people to come and join the show. So we want you to give me and the Vixter shout outs for who should be on the show. Get off. We want shout outs for which teachers you want or which staff you want on the show. And I was just dead delighted when we had this idea. It was actually Miss Liddell's idea.
Bing! Light bulb
Excellent.
moment.
Light bulb moment. So tell us who you want on the show. Now, on that note, we are trying to big up the show, and very, very soon there will be a little job advert coming out.
Ooh.
Now, if you want to be on the production team for the show. Yeah, production team. Yeah, so it's going to be more than just produced a Victor production at the end. If you want to be involved in like things like filming, editing, overdoing sound, doing scripts, coming up with ideas, all that kind of thing, we are going to be advertising for people to fill those jobs. And you're going to have to apply. It's like a proper job interview. Yeah, and we will interview you. All right? Yeah, it's going to be good. And you have to be prepared to give a bit of time up after school. It'll be on a Thursday between 3:30 and about 4:30. Okay? And you might do extra bits around about that. So watch your Google Classroom's pastoral streams. Don't come up to me in the corridor and go, Miss Leonard, when are you doing that? Because the way to find out is to watch your pastoral stream if you're interested. Exciting stuff. Okay, Miss Liddell, thank you so much for being our guest. Our first ever in all of the time we've been doing the show. This is the first proper guest we've had on. It's so exciting. Thank you so much for coming on. Remember the usual things, guys. Social distancing and all that. Get off there. Cheeky. Social distancing, all that kind of thing. Have a fabulous weekend. The weather looks like it's turning. We will see you next week. Until then,
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.